Before I begin, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and support Annex Survive and Tell, where real stories aren't just told, they're felt. Where brokenness becomes survival, and silence becomes strength. Hi. My name is Ethan from Ohio, USA. And this is the part of my life I used to keep buried. The chapter 1 never wanted anyone to read. But I'm telling it now, because maybe someone out there is on the edge. And this might pull them back. I wasn't always homeless. I wasn't always invisible. I used to have a job. A little apartment. A shelf full of spices I never used but liked having. I worked in a warehouse. Nothing fancy, just long hours, heavy boxes, and the same steel-toe boots every day. But it was stable. Routine. Safe. I was never late. Never missed a shift. I even covered for people who called out. But none of that mattered. It started small. I got sick. Nothing major, just a bad flu that knocked me down for a few days. I used up my last sick leave. Then I came back and worked through the cough, the dizziness, the weight loss. I remember my boss pulling me aside. He didn't ask if I was okay. He said, "You've been slow lately, Ethan. Clock out early today." It happened again the next week. And the week after. Then, they stopped putting me on the schedule. No explanation. No paperwork. Just silence. I called. I emailed. I waited. Rent was due in 5 days. And I had $23 in my account. No family to call. No backup plan. Just bills, panic, and the sharp taste of fear I couldn't swallow. I started selling what little I had. My microwave. My old phone. My bed frame. I tried applying for other jobs. Fast food. Retail. Anything. But no calls came back. I was clean, willing, desperate, and somehow still invisible. One morning I woke up to an envelope taped to my door. Eviction notice. 72 hours. That's all they gave me. I remember standing in the middle of that empty room. After packing everything I owned into 2 bags. It wasn't the loss of the apartment that broke me. It was the sound of the door clicking shut behind me. And realizing I had no key. And nowhere to go. People think homelessness is just sleeping on the street. But it's not. It's losing your place in the world. It's feeling like you no longer belong anywhere. It's walking into a gas station bathroom. And washing your face with cold water. Trying to look normal. So people don't stare. That first night, I sat on a bench outside a bus stop. Too proud to ask for help. Too ashamed to admit I needed it. I stared at my reflection in the glass shelter. And didn't recognize the man looking back. My face was the same. But everything inside me was gone. And that was the beginning. Not of my fall. But of the fight to survive it. It didn't happen all at once. It was slow. Quiet. Like a tide rising while you sleep. I remember the night. The cold didn't hit right away. But the silence did. People walked by like I didn't exist. Some turned their heads. Others stared like I was a problem to be solved or avoided. But I wasn't a problem. I was a person. A person who just lost his grip for a while. I ate from trash cans. I showered at gas stations. I washed my clothes in public restrooms. The shame. It stuck to my skin like the dirt I couldn't wash off. I stopped looking in mirrors. Because I didn't recognize the eyes staring back. Empty. Hollow. Afraid. I was scared to sleep. Scared to close my eyes and never wake up. Scared someone would take the only bag I had left. It wasn't just the hunger. It was the isolation. You can go days without anyone saying your name. You start to wonder? Do I even exist? I once asked for help outside a grocery store. The woman looked at me like I was contagious. I whispered, "I'm sorry," and walked away. But I wasn't sorry for being poor. I was sorry for being seen. A little kindness can feel like a miracle. One night, a man offered me coffee. He didn't ask questions. Didn't judge me. He just sat beside me and talked like I mattered. That was the first time in months I felt human. He told me, "You don't have to stay here forever." That sentence followed me. Haunted me. He was right. I didn't want to stay there forever. So I started writing. On napkins. Cardboard. Anything I could find. Poetry. Pain. Prayers. I wrote my way back to myself. Little by little, I found resources. Shelters. Outreach centers. People who didn't just feed me. They saw me. I got a room. Then a job washing dishes. Then a cheap phone. Then a counselor. I'm still healing. Still struggling. But I'm not invisible anymore. I tell this story not for pity, but for presence. To remind you, not every homeless person is a statistic. We are stories. And some of us are still being written. If you've ever felt forgotten, you're not. You matter. And if you see someone out there struggling, don't just walk by. Sometimes a smile, a sandwich, or just a moment of dignity can save a life. Thank you for listening to mine. And please, subscribe to Annex Survive and Tell, where we give voices to the silent and turn pain into purpose.